Thanks to the support as a channel member, Dan Taylor. Oh, boys and girls, what on earth am I wearing? I know, I get it. But thankfully, I finally have a big yellow box that's come all the way from Germany. It's my Dortmund gear. So we're switching to the overhead camera that I use for my unboxings on my second channel. And we're going to have a look to see what's in here. I mean, I know what's in here, but I'm just showing you lot what's in here because it is a box full of goodies. We're well past the point where we just get a replica shirt. This is becoming a problem. I'm actually enjoying collecting all of this stuff from all of the various clubs that I end up managing. Let's get the microphone out of the way so we can have a proper look at what's in here. So presumably that's the invoice that my address is going to be on. So we have, I guess this is my training shirt. Workwear. Then we have, I just got this because it was yellow. A bright yellow jacket, which I had no reason to get, but I thought it was cool. And we then have a shirt, which can hang up behind me. And lastly, right at the bottom of the box, they didn't actually have a pin with the club badge on. There you go. That's the closest we can get. A pin with the shirt on. I guess I need to get changed before I record the rest of the video now. Hello and welcome to Club 6, Part 3 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first two proper games. We don't count the cup. First games in the league as manager of Dortmund, in my sexy new yellow jacket, with my sexy new black shirt, with my sexy new 4XL shirt that keeps falling off the hanger behind me. Thank you, fat Germans. That is the closest I've come to a football shirt that fits in many a long year. Your efforts are appreciated. I'm very excited. I look like $1 million. Now it's time to beat Hamburg. The only thing that's happened since the end of the transfer video a couple of days ago is that we did sign the guy I was threatening to sign, Patrick Dornbusch, the striker slash attacking midfielder from Freiburg has come in. He's got previous for scoring goals in Bundesliga, which to me, that's a good reason to bring him in. That is our transfers now officially complete. We've only got £35 million of our initial 200 and some odd million pounds remaining. The media think we are 7-1 to win the league. We are third favourites. We've got two players in the Dream 11. I think we're in store for a very, very good season, but we are starting that season off with a couple of suspensions. Max John, our new right back, is suspended, and Lukman Balogun, one of our fancy new young players, is suspended. We don't worry too much about him. He's not really going to play anyway. So this is the team for the first game of the Chapman era here at Dortmund. We've got Diego Henrique in goal. A back four of Diego Norberto, Stuart, Postorino and Locatelli. Aranua, who's just recovering from injury and apparently can now play on the right wing, starts on the bench. New boy Stubaluk. I don't know how yeah, we're just going to call him Stubaluk. You'll love that. The German speakers will love that. Stubaluk alongside Idoloff in central midfield, and then Ballo, Drury and Boning behind Luis Gustavo up front. The bench is absolutely chock full of stars. We should win this about 38-0. We won 12-0 in our first cup game, and we hadn't even bought our third choice striker yet. Let's get the league table on. Remember, this whole job here in Germany is all about proving a point to Schalke. It is also worth bearing in mind that I do have previous with Hamburg as well. I did a Twitch save with Hamburg a few years ago, and I think Hamburg, now I'm thinking of it, probably more prominent than the Twitch save. Didn't we manage Hamburg? I've got a Hamburg shirt in my extensive shirt collection. I think they were part of a previous Non-League to Legend. Did they not sack me as well? I think there's two German teams that have sacked me, and Non-League to Legend historians will confirm, but I'm pretty sure I've been sacked by Hamburg in the past as well. I don't have a lot of luck when I come to Germany, so that's why we want Stubaluk. Now we're here again. See what I did there? We're winning Bundesliga. You can't stop me. Gustavo's in 1-0. I love the graphics that you get for the Bundesliga. It's one of the reasons I was so keen to come back. I felt like 8 episodes really didn't do justice to the fact that Football Manager looks really, really good when leagues are properly licensed. I love the fact it's got all the proper... If you've ever watched Bundesliga on the telly, these are the graphics they use in the Bundesliga. It's brilliant. We need this for other leagues as well. That's obviously not the only reason I'm back, but it is nice. Do they really abbreviate Dortmund to Boris? I stand to be corrected by my German viewers, but the rest of the world just abbreviates it to Dortmund. Should we be calling you Boris? Is that what you prefer? I mean, I can try. Gustavo is in again. He's in behind, and the save is made. I don't know how far into the spring of the summer I'm going to be able to wear this jacket for, by the way. I bought it for a giggle because it's bright yellow, and I actually really like it. I love the bright yellow box. Just yellow. Yellow has been the colour of this year's Non-Leagues Legend. Obviously, we spent a lot of time at Norwich. I mean, it's only right that we're going to finish the save off in yellow as well. Because remember, I have fully committed. This is the final club of the save. Whatever happens, we have kind of got a Champions League now from our time at Real Madrid. If I balls this up in Germany again, that's still it. That's the end of non-league. I mean, I reserve the right to change my mind if I'm sacked by Christmas and squeeze one more in. I don't know what it would be. Just accept that I can't manage in Germany. But I think with the amount of money we've spent this summer and the squad we've assembled, bearing in mind how well we did with Schalke, I know we ultimately ended up getting sacked, but we did finish top half of the table that first season with a very, very poor Schalke side, a Schalke side that wouldn't be good enough to stay in the championship. Probably, maybe it would have been. But either way, this team is worlds apart from that. And I do think we are destined for greatness. And Boning gets the ball into the back of the net, but the referee does have his finger planted firmly within his ear. So I suspect we're about to get some bad news. He did look offside, to be fair. I will allow it to be disallowed. It remains 1-0. And we do need to be... Weirdly, the message at the bottom said it was his third goal of the season, but it was offside. The lines have stayed on the pitch, which is awkward. We do need to just keep an eye on Hamburg and not let them back into the game. Only being 1-0 up is always a little bit worrying. I love the fact that my assistant manager is recommending Aranua comes on to play on the right wing. I mean, when did this happen? Is this what Bayern Munich have been doing with him? Because the last we saw of him, he was very much a left back. We signed him as a centre back, spent 4 years only ever playing him at left back, and now apparently he's a right winger. He is very fast, so I can understand why he would... he just causes issues out wide, but there's not a chance that I'm playing him on the right wing. We'll put Gustavo out there, bring on our new mega money signing Ruben to play up front, and then we are going to bring Aranua on to play left back. And welcome back to the save, Aranua, one of a small handful of players to play for me at multiple clubs in this year's Non-Leagues Legend. Who have we got? Hoyenhal, Schultz, Aranua. Is there anybody else? Are they the ones? Again, the historians will let me know. Ballo crosses to Idoloff, and I think the goalkeeper's saved again. Their goalkeeper is proving to be something of a nuisance in this match. So Aranua that's what we know and love from him. Just kicking people left, right, and centre. Why on earth not? I think we're going to take off Idoloff. Apparently we can't. Can we make a substitution, please? There we go. The match isn't paused. Mello is coming on, and the highlight drifts away. Hamburg have had one shot and they missed. We should be so far out of reach of them in this game, but we've just lacked cutting edge, which is something we're going to be monitoring in the early days of this season. We are going back to a system with wingers for the first time in... Did we use the diamond at Schalke? This might be the system we played at Schalke, and that was probably the last time we did this system. That doesn't bode well, does it? Oh, the poor old Dortmund faithful who laughed when Schalke took a risk on an English idiot who came in, got sacked, but then he went and had all this success, taking Europe by storm with Norwich and Real Madrid, playing this high-pressing diamond with a quick strike partnership up front and a genius behind. And now I've come back to Germany, forgotten all that, and just gone back to what got me sacked at Schalke. But we've won 2 from 2, so you know what? If they want to complain, they can complain. I've bought the yellow jacket. I am one with the people now. Let's go and play another match. Right, just the one change for the Hoffenheim game. John is back from his suspension, so he can come straight in for Locatelli. It does mean that my first and second choice left back are both starting on the bench, but Diego Norberto looked good there in that first game, so no reason to not play him there. We've got a lot of left backs, it seems. How did that happen? Right, one thing I am keeping an eye on, I am keeping the system completely unchanged for this game, but I do have at the back of my mind, back here somewhere, knowledge gained from the network game with Everton, where I have been using a 4-2-3-1 pretty much all the way through. What has been happening, certainly since the most recent updates to FM22, is it's much more effective on an attacking instruction than a positive instruction. So we're leaving it on positive for today because we're away from home. But if we are still struggling for goals, I think we are going to be switching fairly soon to playing it on attacking all the time. I think I talked about potentially doing this with the Diamond a few episodes back before everything got distracted by all of the Champions League final shenanigans, but it's certainly something that has been on the mind for a little while. So watch this space. We might be tweaking the system ever so slightly just to better suit the match engine in its current state. I've just noticed this sun coming through the blinds. When was the last time you saw a video with the sun coming through? This is how rare it is for me to record in the afternoon. This is stream lighting right here. This is bonkers. I usually record in the morning. We're in topsy-turvy land. Goodness me. Can we do a tackle there? This is Norberto's big test as a left back, and he's kind of failed it by getting out of position and letting the ball in behind him. But we've got away with it because we have a very strong team throughout. The other thing to remember, of course, we've signed a lot of players. There's a lot of new players in this starting 11. If we look through, Henrique's not a debut, but new. These are new signings this summer. Henrique, John, Postorino, Norberto, Stubaluk, and the entire front four are already here. So 5 of the 11 are new players, and all of them are in the defence or our defensive midfield position. So the 6 more defensively minded positions, 5 of them are brand new to the team. So we are going to be a little bit iffy defensively for a little while. But what is more frustrating is the fact that we're still not really creating anything going forward. We might be going attacking for the second half here because we're getting a very similar match shape to what we had against Hamburg, where the opposition aren't creating anything at all, but we're not really doing much either. And it's a concern I had about Luis Gustavo when I first arrived, the fact he wants to be a false 9, and he might not be the best option to be playing as a lone striker in a system like this. It's one of the reasons why I brought in Ruben when it seemed to all sensible people that perhaps we didn't really need him. But Gustavo's future might be out on one of the flanks or in behind a striker or maybe alongside a striker in a front 2. And it might be that we need to go with Ruben as our starting striker longer term. We're going to go attacking, see if that solves the problem. But all eyes on this front 4 and getting them to click. It is interesting that when I looked through the formations, you can't see. It's still a mad thing about Football Manager that I can't look at the tactic that was used last season. I can't ask the players, how were you asked to play last year? All I can do is look on the schedule and see that they were playing a 4-4-1-1. That's all I know. So I'm guessing we're just doing a slightly more attacking version of that. And it was probably Drury behind Gustavo last year as well. But then last year was the biggest failure in 20 years for Dortmund. So we probably shouldn't be comparing what happened last year with how we're doing this year. We need to be looking to do better than that. We've absolutely dominated here. I'm taking Gustavo off. I'm fed up with him already. It's not taken long. I'm very frustrated with him. And we are going to... I want to take Boning off as well, but I really don't want to play Aranua in midfield because it just seems bonkers. Schmidt is a youngster, either-footed. Bring him on. Homegrown, either-footed youngster, and then Aranua can come on for Norberto and charge forward the way we know he can in that fullback position. And hopefully Ruben's got a goal in him. But it's actually Hoffenheim who are attacking John with the clearance. I love having a right back, just nice and simple, John. We've got fancy named Aranua on the other side, and on this side, just John. My name's John. His first name's Max. His entire first name and surname, 7 letters. That is the kind of efficiency we're looking for as part of the efficient football we're looking to get playing here at Dortmund. That light coming through the blinds is making my face really, really dark because the camera is adjusting to the lightness of the background, isn't it? This is not ideal. I am still here. Good job I'm wearing a luminous jacket. There you go. High vis has a purpose. It's all tying in properly. The story all ties up. Schmidt on the right-hand side. Please, can we do a football? Oh, I thought we had there. Ruben trying to squeeze it in past the last defender, but alas, it was not to be. 88 minutes on the clock. We really could use a goal. We don't want to be dropping points against teams we shouldn't be dropping points against, even though it is still early days. Posterino is there at the far post, but not able to get a proper connection on it. And it looks like after scoring 12 goals in our first competitive game that you didn't see, in our next 2 competitive games, we scored 1 goal. The clock is ticking on the 4-2-3-1 before we go back down to Diamond Town, but we'll put a pin in that for now and accept that until dynamics fully settles down. And I know club atmosphere is good and all that kind of stuff. It's the team cohesion really that we're looking at. We're not going to know how good this team is in this system until Christmas. And hopefully, I mean, if we win our home games and draw our away games, we'll be top 4 at Christmas and it'll be fine. Got to remind myself that for the first time in 5 or 6 seasons, we're not really in a title race this year. It's all about finishing top 4. I need to get back into that mentality. And in that mentality, home wins are good, away draws are good. Do that all year, you're fine. It's going to take some getting used to. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.